Forget the previous results. This is a must-win football match. Liverpool have to beat Manchester United at home. I know we aren't doing well. I know we haven't won our last 3 games, and that is going to make it more difficult, especially with the team not clicking. It's not like we were playing insane in the first few games, then we get hit hard, or we get really unlucky with the 3 losses that we did have. People may make excuses. Crystal Palace was the last minute. Chelsea was the last minute. And Galatasaray was a penalty, which may or may not have been a penalty. But I believe we should have lost the games anyway. We just haven't played well enough. And how are you getting into a scenario where you're losing 2 games in the Premier League on the bounce to not be defensively sound enough to prevent conceding chances in that time? How are we losing like that? Endo running all around the pitch. He doesn't know what was going on against Chelsea. It is not a good look for Liverpool right now, I'm going to be honest. But they have to find a way to get a couple of results, get to January and stay in this title race, because that's sort of what you're having to do right now. It's sort of survival. The players that they've bought in, firstly, I didn't want the players to be bought in at that fee. If they were going to get them, they should have got them for a better fee. Like the Ekitike one, no one was really talking about him, and that's probably why he comes good. Because the pressure's not there. With Wirtz and Isak, there's so much pressure. I don't believe they'd ever succeed. That's why a Luis Diaz for 40 million, a Salah for 35 million, a Roberto Firmino for 35 million. It makes so much more sense because they're not just going to get watched at everything that they do. Rival fans will probably watch Wirtz and Isak on international duty and make fun of them. Likewise for Gyökeres, people probably do that because he was a large fee and he's supposed to be the main man for Arsenal. Now, Liverpool are not these title favourites. Arsenal are the title favourites. Man City are probably a better footballing team right now with Rodri than Liverpool. There's no balance. Szoboszlai plays right back. We bought in Frimpong for 45 million. He's a useless right back. He's better at attacking. That's where he played for Leverkusen. His touch map is higher up the pitch. But Salah plays there. Salah's playing awful. Against Chelsea, he could have given people easy passes, but instead he skies it over the bar, but then he goes on to international duty to score a couple of goals. So what are we going to do? The team is a mess. And I, usually as a football fan, when I'm watching my team, I know what I need to fix. I don't know what to fix. The only thing I can say is go back to basics and get Gravenberch in the 6. I know Arne Slot's trying to appease to everyone and make Salah happy, make Gravenberch happy. No. This is where you need to take a leaf out of Arteta's book and tell him exactly what they need to do, like he does with Gyökeres and Havertz and Saka. Gravenberch plays in that 6 because he's one of the best 6s in the world. Don't let him play the 8. It doesn't matter if he's scoring and assisting. That's not the point. He can do that from the 6 if needed. He's not one of the best 8s in the Prem. He's one of the best 6s in the Prem, which is why he played there last season and why we won the league. So put the ego to a side, get back to basics. We can play you in the 8 once we have the squad for it and we're beating every single team 3-4-0. It's not the time for that. Get in the 6, get on the ball. I actually think Gravenberch is injured as well because apparently he's suffering a minor hamstring injury. And if he is and we're playing Endo, say goodbye. Say goodbye to this league title and maybe say goodbye to the Man United game. Now on a more positive note, what do? We could start Robbo. He's been doing okay on international duty. Or Kirkes. I don't mind. But if you're playing Kirkes, let him go down that wing. Let him attack. I know Van Dijk's always telling him to come in, but you're not going to create more chances. And we need more of the ball as well. Konate is injured as well, so Gomez is going to start. That may be a good thing for him, so he catches a little bit of a break. And then the midfield is the most important part. I would start McAllister and Szoboszlai in there if Szoboszlai ain't playing right back. Conor Bradley's playing there, but you need a proper 6. So who's going to play there? Curtis Jones, Endo. Oof, that's bad. So I guess we'll have to play Endo there, and then Gakpo on the left. I'd rather Chiesa starts on the left, but I don't think Slot likes that Chiesa's Italian. So he'll definitely start with Gakpo because he's from the Netherlands. Gakpo needs a bit of a break, man. He's playing international duty all the time. Chiesa's fresh, which is why we probably see the better of him. And I'd start Ekitike. He's been playing for France. He's doing okay. He got an assist. He's playing better than Isak. And I would start on the right. I want to say Salah, but that's only because Frimpong, the alternative, isn't playing so well at the moment. So I'd go with Salah, and he's potent and he can get a penalty if needed. Obviously, Frimpong, Isak would be on the bench. I don't know with Isak right now. He's still getting into the game, so even subbing him on into a game like this is not the best. Maybe even with the midfield, go with Waits, Szoboszlai, McAllister, because the midfield's see-through anyway, so you might as well get a couple of passes in there and try and maintain the ball, and maybe play McAllister in the DM. I think that may be the best route to go down and play more attacking. And then Ekitike is very good at the link-up play. He might need to drop in to try and enable us to get a result. Mamadashvili obviously in goal, but we need a result here. We need a result here. Man United have got one of the worst managers in Premier League history. They're playing okay, they're picking up points, but you should be beating them at home. At home, you need to be beating them, especially because it can give us a bit of a bounce from the defeats that we've had, and we can build on that, especially due to the rivalry. This is a must-win game. And when you say that, you usually get battered, but come on, we need a dub. No matter how we get it, Words, Ekitike, do something. Get us into the game. With Gravenberch not being in that game, that is a huge loss as well. It makes it a lot more even.